Okay, welcome to part 3 of my advanced train tutorial. So today we will be working on input control. We'll just be making better keybinds and more realistic acceleration. So I'll just get right into it. I won't make this super long. Okay, so to make realistic acceleration, let's just go into the server. And so yesterday we didn't make a really realistic acceleration, so I'm just going to be teaching you that today. So first, constantly checking if just checking if the seat throttle is different is not that good. The code looks really messy, so I'll just comment this out and I will be making better code which can handle better acceleration. Close this. First, let's create local run service. So local run service equals game get service run service. So now we want to check every heartbeat. So run service dot heartbeat connect a function. We don't have to do delta time because we don't need it. So next we want to check if the seat dot throttle is bigger than 0. Just forward, just like last episode. Let's do task. No, we don't need to do that yet. Local speed equals seat dot throttle times 0.053. Odd number, but it is good number. So next, we want to add the speed to the seat. So yeah, I've done some testing. 0.053 is the magic number. If you want more faster acceleration, you can bump this number up. So next, let's assign the linear velocity. Let's add the speed to this. Linear velocity dot line velocity equals math dot clamp. So because we're timing it by timesing it by such a weird number, we don't want any weird long decimals, so we'll just clamp it and it just gives a round number or something like that. It has a minimum and max number, so it won't, so we don't have to check if it is above our max speed. So max speed will be our max number in math.clamp. So let's put our number. So linear velocity dot line velocity plus speed. Then our minimum number is 0, and our max number is let's say 50. Okay, now that we have that, so you're wondering why I put the minimum as 0, and that's because I'm gonna add a new thing in here, and I'll call it direction, or no, get a number value, and I'll rename it to direction. So this will just be the direction the train is moving in. So I'll just show you how I will do it. So 1, the direction, it will be moving forward, but it can only decelerate, it can only de-accelerate until 0. It's the opposite for if I put the value as 0, it can de-accelerate to the max deceleration, but it cannot accelerate past 0. So I hope you got that. I'm gonna be moving on now. So now that we have that, we get the direction, right? So we do if data dot direction dot value is equal to 1. So that means forward. I'll just assign it 1 for now. We can obviously change direction when we make keybinds. Let's just put that in there. If c.throttle is bigger than 0, and like that. Now, we also want to calculate the weight of the train and make it slow down, because trains don't hold this specific acceleration speed. So I'll just do linear velocity dot line velocity minus 0.05. Hold on. Wrote it wrong. Equals. No, I won't do that. I won't do that yet. I'll do it after. Let me just test this code and see if it works. So as you can see, the acceleration is more realistic. It isn't going super fast like before. So we have this. Let's make some deceleration. So let's check. We can just check like this. C.throttle is less than 0. Then we can do minus. No, we can just do plus speed. And hopefully it will work. Let's see. And as you can see, we can reverse, but we cannot reverse past that point. Now we can do the opposite for the direction. So let's do else if data.direction.value is equal to 0, then copy and paste this. Let's add a minus instead of plus. And let's add, instead of 50, let's do negative 50. I'll change the direction while we're playing the game. So you can see we can accelerate, but we cannot deaccelerate past 0. Let me go into client, or the server. Let me go to workspace, train, chassis, data, and I'll change the direction to 0. So now I cannot accelerate while pressing W, but I can no. Hold on, it is not working. Plus speed. Check it now. I'll just put the direction to 0. Hopefully it'll work now. No. Okay. Let me debug this. Print direction equals 0. And I'll do print acceleration. No, de-accel. And opposite for this. Excel. Should debug this, yeah. Okay, so direction goes to 0. Okay, oh, okay. Found the error. Invalid argument. 3 to clamp. Max must be greater than or equal to minimum. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Let me just reverse this, actually. So 50 goes inside and 0 goes this. Now it should work. No. Max must be greater or equal to minimum. Oh, negative 50, negative 50. My bad, guys. My bad. Hopefully this tutorial will not be longer than last video, but I highly doubt that. So, you can see it can accelerate backwards now. Boom, we're done. Let's get rid of all the prints. Okay, we got our realistic acceleration. Now let's focus on keybinds. So, yeah, let's just delete all this. We don't need that anymore. Okay. Okay. We have our run service, blah blah blah. Now let's focus on keybinds. So I'll just do folder. I'll just rename it to events, and I'll do a remote event called Keybinds. Okay. So let me check. Let me check. Okay. So for our local control, we want to first reference the keybinds. Local keybinds equals game get service replicated storage dot events dot keybinds. Okay. Now that we have the keybinds, let's do local user input service. So local UIS equals game get service user input service. Local key mappings. I'm just copying code from my old game. Okay, let's do so this is just a more efficient way than constantly checking in user input service. So actually let me do this. UIS dot input began connect function input, and okay, so game process event is just detecting when the player is typing or stuff like that. Yeah, so if is typing, let's do if is typing, then return end. So if it's typing, then we just not do anything. So local key code equals input dot key code. Local mapping equals key mapping. Key mappings key code. Okay, you're just gonna be checking for the enum.keycode inside here. So if mapping, then remote keybinds by your server mapping. Okay, so now we want to have keybinds. So let's do enum dot keycode dot q equals q. Make sure to put a comma. So enum. No, I'll just copy and paste this. Dot e. So I'll use these key codes eventually for the doors. So now we want our direction one. So I'll just use keybind g. Okay, it's just to change the direction. Now that we have our local control for keybinds done, yeah. Let's go to our server. I'll just rename this to main. Okay, I'll just close this function so we don't have to log it up. So let's get the same keybind event, right? And let's start with the server, so the server side of the keybinds, which will be actually affecting the train. So I'll just use keybinds to change the directions for now. So let's do keybinds.on server event connect function player, and then keybind. Okay, next we want to check if the player is the same as in our driver's seat. So let's do if player if player. Okay, now first we gotta get our person in the driver's seat, so local player, so I'll just have two player variables, one for the occupant of the seat. So local player equals seat dot equals game get service players dot get player from character. Now seat get player from character seat dot occupant dot parent. Seat dot occupant dot parent is the character because it's the humanoid. Let me check. Let me add a check. So if seat dot occupant not equal nil first, so it won't be checking when we do this, so it won't give any errors. So let's just check. So now we have to check the keybinds. So local case. So case is just the functions that we want for each keybind. So case, let's do what was our keybind? G keybind G equals function. Now everything inside this function will happen when we hit G, when we click G, right? Next we want to do we want to check if case button if case keybind, then case keybind function. So this is just some code I came up with a while ago. I'm just reading code off my computer, but I'm just copying it down. It's just some code I made a while ago for keybinds, just more consistent, right? So now we want to check if it prints G. If the keybind is G, then we print G. Let's test it. Hopefully it works. So if we press G, it should press G. Yeah. Okay, so I'm pressing G right now, and it says I'm pressing G, right? So it just fires server, checks, then does the function. And there's just some simple code. It just looks, it may look confusing, but it's really not. So if G is that function, then we want to check for the direction. So if direction, if data dot direction dot value is equal to 1, then data dot direction dot value equals 0. We can do the opposite for that. So else if data dot direction dot value is equal to 0, then we can do data dot direction dot value equals to 1. Okay, so we have this. I'll print direction, direction backward and direction forward. Okay, let's check it out now. Actually, I might want to change it so it doesn't change direction immediately. So change direction, G, I can move forward. Change direction. Yeah, okay, so see, this is the problem. Now we want to check. So if we change the direction, it's gonna fuck up everything. So let me change this so it checks if the linear velocity is 0. So if no, and linear velocity dot line velocity is equal to 0, and we did the same thing for this side. So you can only change the direction when you have stopped the train. And it's just to you know, more consistent. So change direction, right? Now I change direction again. I can't, hold on. Okay, so I gotta slow down the train to actually change the direction. So press G. Now I can only move backwards. And I think that should be it. We have done all our keybinds, and I hopefully think this video is short, so I won't have to do much editing. But yeah, so we created a realistic acceleration and a keybinds. Now you can obviously add your own functions here for keybinds like this. So say I have keybind key code E. I can just do this, do the same thing, this, and then you can run the function whenever it presses E. So I hope you understood this tutorial, and next video I'll be working on UI implementation. So yeah, thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed it. Bye.